how are things? Microphone over here, a bit closer, personal. All right, so there wasn't stream yesterday because I realized that most of this is really busy work, and I didn't want to do that on a silent stream either because I wanted to explain it. But there's a bunch of things that are happening here with my bees. So let's start with this. In here, I've been sampling some of the genes, and I'm moving some of the bees into their own hyperbox. So I will be using this time to show you how to create the Ludicrite bees. I have these already. I have 24 of these guys created, and they're generating sample rates. So the way that I'm going to be showing to how to do this special bee is not by the Poki gene sampler, but actually um, generating the proper bee that is going to be making it. Now, when I go in, there's going to be a lot of noise because bees, and so I'm going to be lowering the volume. Let's go here to my options and then music and sounds, and then I'm gonna lower friendly creatures to like 7%, and then continue. Right, so here we go. I have a bunch of bees buzzing here. And what I'm gonna do is feed them with flowers. I have a farm of poppies, so I have basically a lot of poppies that I can feed these guys, and they're gonna be making new offspring. One thing that I really like about the plutonium bees is that they have a high productivity gene, which is gonna make my life way easier once we get to that point. Once I have the proper bees, if they are not motivated to work, to say something, then they are going to, I can feed the samples that I'm getting from these bees. Now, you might be wondering, why can't I see any beehives here? And the reason is pretty simple. These bees, unfortunately, are going to be pressed into getting genes. It is a super painfully slow process if I have them generating samples with the Poki sampler. They get like 1% sample every, I don't know, 10 minutes, something like that. I haven't really calculated. I have a couple of bees here that I have already separated from all of them, so you get to see what's going on. So I'm gonna do the parents first. And every couple of minutes, I just went in here and make them go into log mode. As you can see, I have so many bees right now that the whole system is kind of lagging. That's fine. I'm going to be taking these out, and it's going to be speeding things up in a sec. But let's take you and you and you. I have way too many entities in here. And you and you. And I think I took a baby. I don't want babies. I don't want babies for this because I cannot press babies. And I was really against the idea of compressing my bees, but I mean, it is what it is. Otherwise, I would be spending an eternity here. Now, let's see. I have adult, 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 and adult. Okay, perfect. So I have only adults here. That's great. Oh, excuse me. All right, so now let's go and take another couple of adults. I'm gonna show you what I do with what I mean with pressing the bees. And two more adults, you and you are selected to go to the island. If you've never seen the island, the movie, you know what I mean. All right, I have a bunch of them. I also crafted these time in a bottle. As you can see, I've been idling for like 40 hours. I don't even know how to use it, but I have it. Now, the other one is going to be these other bees, magentite bees. Magentites are basically, I think, ludocrites. I'll see in a sec. And I'm making a bunch of them as well. And these ones are not super productive, but again, I wanted to show you the whole process on how to make these bees. I have a bunch that I'm feeding, and this is what happened with my bee farm before I move into, what's the name for that? mystical agriculture. I had bee farms and they were just lagging the system. In any case, I need them, so that's why I put them in here. These hyperboxes are chunk loaded, so as you can see, I have way too many entities in here, and at some point I'm just going to be doing something about it. All right, in any case, this is the press. And it's also kind of depressing. I didn't want to do this. I showed this in the silent stream, but I didn't want to really have to press my bees. There's no better way around this, at least not a fast way of doing it. And so they are going to be passing the genes to other bees, and that's that. All right, so how does this work? There is a bottler right here. There is a regular piston here, and there is a sticky piston that is holding one of these glasses that I can go through, right? As soon as I go through it, it's gonna come in contact with this pressure plate, which is going to take all of the redstone signal, and it's gonna take that here, which is going to be pressing both of them at the same time. Basically, this one is going to push this here. Now, I'm using ethereal glass because I can go through it, but no other entity can go through it. So that is useful because in here, as soon as I go back, bloop, that press, the sticky piston one, is going to push it forward. There is no space now that we can go to. And then this press is just going to go down, pressing the B towards it. Now it has to have glasses here. So example, plutonium B. Goodbye. I really liked you for a second. The second I know you. And that's that. So I'm all against, you know, messing with the NPCs. I don't even, hey, where are you going? I don't even like killing zombies if I don't have to, but it's basically that. It's even worse with, you know, non-hostile mobs. That's one of the things that I don't want to be killing villagers to get my, what's the name for that special sword that deals like 100,000 million damage. I don't know what is the name of the sword. Oops, totally forgot it. And so I am basically just pressing my bees into this container. That bottler gets the samples. They are not entirely samples. They look like pink dye, well, pink potions. And then I have to take those pink potions. That's a gene sample for the bees. And I have to put that in the centrifuge, the same way that I put in the bee products. That is going to give me genes. And from a single bee, I can get like 5%, 10%, something of the sort. And the percentage is going to vary, but it's really good quality genes on these blue bees, the plutoniums. It's like plutonium, but it's blue, hence plutonium there. And sometimes they are going to be giving me that inferior essence as well. So once I have all of the flasks, I think I'm done with that. I can just get out of here. And now I want to put them in this chest, which is connected to my centrifuge. I put in the other thing in there. My bees are waking up right now. And that is going to take those samples in here. Are you pushing them yet? No. Because of these guys. Let me just take the draconic for a second. And also take that and that. So that's going to start pushing the bee material. I can just take it directly. It's going to be a little bit faster than waiting for them to go to the system. But as you can see, some of the bees are getting me pink, some of them are not. The pink is the one that I really care. That and the productivity samples. It's that one single sample that was 53% high, which is great. I think there's going to be a residue, like if I don't use the whole thing, is going to go to waste. Like let's say I have a 95 and then a 95, then I'm going to be only taking 5 of one of the 95s, and then the 90% is going to go to waste, which unfortunately I think that's the only way that this can go. But in any case, by killing a lot of those bees, I'm generating the samples, right? So let me put this back in, and I'm going to start messing with the samples. I'm not going to do anything with the pink ones yet. Just going to do everything but pinks. So I get to show you the percentages and the process of generating a spawn egg. You can, in fact, not kill bees. You can just put them AFKing in the pt58 sample, but one of the reasons I didn't want to do that, pings, did I put the pings yet? Oh, no, I don't want the pings. Not in the system, not yet. Is because I wanted to show you how much I'm getting on the Ludicrite bee, which I haven't killed a single Ludicrite bee for this experiment, but I have only gotten one spawn egg out of all of the, I don't know, let's say 20 spawn eggs that I have created for the, actually every single Ludicrite bee in there was created with the next technique that I'm going to show you here, that is going to create the Ludicrite. Now, this is lagging with all of the bees because it's simulating all of the entities. The animations are lagging, the frame rate is great. You can see that's 60 frames per second, but the animation is just like, it's awful. And that is because of the bees that I have here. So I definitely have to get rid of them before I continue with everything else. But once again, it's a process, right? So I'm gonna do all of these here, and then I'm gonna do the other genetic material, the one that is telling it what type of bee is gonna generate. So all of them has been mixed already, well, or they are in that process. These guys are 100% endurance medium, 100% passive, 100% productivity high. This is the one that I care the most, alongside with the purple. And then if it's diurnal or nocturnal, that's also going to be coming in play. Okay. And then the gene sample, the weather tolerance, like how much the cold or anything else is going to be killing it. So I've been separating all of the 100% just to put them here. But now let's take a look at the pt58 samples. So just gonna put all of these back in, and he's gonna start mixing them up, right? So this one is Ludicrite 7%, plutonium 35%, and so forth. So it's gonna be doing that calculation of the genes for me. I have 200, 300 plutoniums, 100 plutoniums. They have another plutonium 70%, Ludicrite 100%, so I can take that in, out, and then 3 of these, and Ludicrite 28%. So for every, I would say, every run that I go, I get about 2 spawn eggs maybe with the gene sample, and with just the pt58 gene sample I'm getting like 1%, 2%. I clear it out right now, so by the end of the episode of the stream I can check how much Ludicrite percentage have I created or generated. But in any case, now I have that sample. All right. So once I merge that in here, what I want to do is I'll go to my mining dimension where I have my other bees. These are the radioactive bees. They are starting, by the way. There's no, yeah, there is nothing going on here. Let me just go up to start feeding them. And in here, let me enable that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pellets. Normal. All right. And that is actually generating that thing. So I have 180 antimatter pellets right there. I can't do anything with it right now. Well, I can do a bunch of things, nothing useful. These guys are also having pt58 samples, but they are going way slower than they were before because I took them out. All right, now, oh, totally forgot to, the only reason I went there and enabled the machine is so I can destroy these. And now I have radiation in here. I don't know why I can't see the radiation. Something with my interface I might have changed. Not entirely sure what's up with that. That's not what I wanted. Probably I hide it. I don't know when. Maybe a shortcut. So radiation shield is enabled. I want to see that in my HUD. There's probably a HUD option Well, before while this is cooking, because it takes a little bit, I'm gonna mix this with the honey treat that is going to be just in a regular crafting table, and I will do these. Now, these honey treats, that's what I need in order to create the spawn egg. I need to put them in this Vavi, like baby, incubator along with an egg, and that's gonna start producing. This is the only upgrade that I can put in. So while that is cooking, the spawn egg, let me go to my options, controls, keybinds, and look for HUD. And show HUD is H. Toggle selection HUD V. What is this one? Or snowball. Okay. So H, there you go. Now I can see down in my bottom left, right corner, how everything is working. All right, so I should have one plutonium B in any second now. And then I'm gonna come back to finish the rest. All right, so I have a plutonium B. Now with that plutonium B, what I need to do bloop, is go back to my lab. This is the spawn egg. If I just spawn it, then yes, I'm gonna get a new B, which kind of defeats the purpose because I killed like, I don't know, 20 bees, 40 bees to get one or two of these spawn eggs. So I don't want to spawn it. One of the things that I tried and I failed miserably, bee conversion is a process in which you basically have an item and then you say, now you're this type of bee. You put it in your hand and then you right click on the bee and that's going to transform it. I thought that was the same process, but it's not. In order to get the plutonium bee to do something, if I right click to show the recipe, I have to item convert with the cyanide bee into this ludicrite. And the only way of doing that is by putting that in a feeding slab. The feeding slab needs to be 1 unit away from these things, because otherwise the bee is not going to be able to go in. But as soon as that bee is done pollinizing it, if she's hungry, and I think she is, because you know there's half a heart missing of her. So if she's hungry enough, she's gonna go to the feeding slab, and at this point it's just waiting. So I'm gonna wait here while I explain it, and it's gonna start digesting that egg, which is kind of weird, but that's how it works. It digests the spawn egg, and then it takes. I didn't pay attention to the egg, so this is a waiting process now. It is going to spawn a new type of egg. That new type of egg is going to be this ludicrite bee. So you put that in a feeding slab. The bee comes, eats it, and then poops out a ludicrite. That's the scientific term. That's what it does. So let's go back to the bees. And then over here, I have another plutonium. This thing is a little bit slow, but it's almost done with the the third one. And then the last one that is going to be doing for me is going to be the ludicrite. Now for the ludicrite, I have literally no need anymore to make it, except that I kind of do, because now I'm making these guys like so. I can just spread them out like this. And as soon as the other fellas come out to eat, they are going to start making those ludicrite eggs. So process, they come here, they eat them, and then they just give me one of the other ones out, right? So fairly straightforward process. Now they are going to take that egg and they are going to be expelling that egg. Once they do, because of the way that I have set up everything in my lab on the first floor, these things are getting absorbed by this modular router. So the modular router is basically absorbing everything that is happening in this radius, and this one has another modular router. So what's gonna happen here is that once the bees eats that egg, I can just throw these guys, and you'll see how they disappear. Oh, they will disappear in a sec. Poof. That just means that they are now in the system. So those things absorb the item and they put them in my hard drive. So I don't have fear of losing the spawn egg, because in 10 minutes, if I didn't pick it up, that machine is going to pick it up for me. And this is going to be ludicrite. I have not had the luxury of having one of these bees eaten one of these. but thankfully all of these are productivity high as well, which means that they are going to be producing a lot of things, and therefore they're going to get tired and they're going to be needing more food, so they're going to be eating that thing. I think at least that's how it works. So the things that they have been giving me recently are Ludicrites. They're doing these Ludicrite ingots. I had nothing in this system, so 1606, that's a lot. And then the plutonium, that's when I had the blue bees. But then I decided to just like, you know, bottle them. The issue with these bees though is that they cannot breed among themselves. So I cannot create more Ludicrite bees by feeding things to the Ludicrite bees. So you know what that means. I have to keep on squishing the other ones. And I wish some of these bees came out already to just do anything. But while that is happening, I'm gonna put in the view, the side view here, just to show you the recipes. Oh, and actually I can go to the Poki samplers. Let's see how many of these genes have they created. Only one, and it's 1%. So that means that it's gonna take a while. I'm gonna leave that 1% there just so when I'm done talking, you get to see how much time that thing takes. So plutonium 70% and Ludicrite something percent. Speaking of, this should be done. And then I can just feed in the 25th and last Ludicrite B. The rest of them I'm gonna be using for conversion. So now I have my 25 Ludicrites. It's going to find its home. There's only one of these beehives with a spot, that one. And so it's gonna feed, and then it's gonna be bringing it here, and it's gonna be giving me the genes. All right. So while that is happening, the process of generating these other bees is somewhat straightforward, but it does require a bunch of materials. So let's see. I already made the magentite bee. For the magentite bee, what I needed was, well, I needed a magentite to transform the bee. So how did I make them? Yes, plutonium. I feed the magentite, and then that is going to give me the magentite bee. I made a horrible mistake. I had 3 blocks, and then I transformed 3 bees. These breeds can bring among themselves, as you saw earlier. So the process was I just needed 2 of them, and I could use the magentite to produce more magentite, and I ran out of magentite. The only way that I can get more magentite is by the regular means of going into the fabric and making these blocks. And now how to get those blocks, I don't remember. It was a fluidizer, but I needed to feed in something. I don't remember the recipe at this point, so that's bad, but I will need to remember how to do the magentite and go back there. It's on the reactants. I think it's one of the reactants, but I don't need the magentite. I don't remember how to do it. I think it gives me that in a fluid form, and then I put it into the fluidizer or something of this. I honestly don't remember. I am not big into extreme reactors, but I wanted to create the reactants. All right. In any case, that's how I get the ingot, and I just had to feed one of those to the plutonium bee, and that would have given me that. So right now, if I try to do that block, which is the only thing that bee is gonna eat, I need to do magentite, and I have only 5 ingots out of the 8 that I require. I think it's either 8 or 9. This magentite, no, that's Ludicrite. Yeah, one of the two. In any case, I don't have enough. It's either 8 or 9, and then one is going to be at the center. This is that they have weird things, like for instance, the Ludicrite requires 8 and then an end crystal. So there are different recipes for this. Ridiculite is that plus a nether star. So many different things happening. But the important part, what I wanted to get at, is that you have to kind of wait a lot of time or make a lot of bees and either squish them and wait a lot of time. So squishing was the way that I decided to go. So first off, how do I make the plutonium B? For the plutonium B, I need to do the cyanide B, and that is a thing that is here, and it's going to be eating one of those once it feels like it, I guess. And it's going to take, if I feed the cyanide to the, well, not feed, yes, I feed it, sorry, in the feeding slab, I put this here, that's going to give me this. What else? The reticulite. Ultimately, what I want to do is the inanite and the insanite, which are these two Bs. So these two. For the insanite, I need the spawn egg because there's no conversion. So insanite, see how I do that. Add productive insanite. Is it insanite? That one I wanted. Yes, insanite. So for that B, I need these. And that is going to be either by making one spawn egg or item conversion. That is going to be feeding a reticulite spawn egg to the inanite B. Now, that is the insanite B. The inanite B is this one, and there's also, they can breed among themselves, which is kind of harsh, but for that, this is the B, inanite, yes. And in order to get that one, what I need to do is feed a ludicrite, which I already have, to a reticulite, and that is going to give me the inanite. So fairly straightforward there. You feed this one to this one, and I already have a way of creating those by squishing the bees and feeding these spawn eggs, because that's how you make one. You feed these to the ludicrite, and that's going to put it there. The issue that I have, it's not an issue, it's a step that I'm missing, is that I have way of creating the ludicrite, but not the reticulite. So that's the bit that I'm missing. If this was happening faster, I would have shown you how to do it. Maybe in the silent stream I'm gonna do it tonight, I don't know. But I need to get the reticulite B. And in order to get the reticulite B, what I need to do is feed, oh my god, a reticulite to inanite, and that is gonna be the insanite. No, that's not what I wanted, it's this one, my bad. So feed the magentite bee spawn egg to ludicrite bees, which are the purple ones there. So if this works as intended, what I need to do right now is start squishing magentite bees, which I don't love, but I'll have to, and feed them to the reticulite in the form of spawn egg. So that is also going to help me with the this X. That is going to help me with the lag that the bee animation is having, because there's too many bees. And so that's a process. That's what I want to show you right now. I'm going to be making a bunch of spawn eggs, but let's see. Although that I talk right now, do I have any genes? So 4%, two 4%, that's good. One 3% and one 1%. So let's see how much I can make out of squishing bees. And that's going to happen on the magentite bees. I don't want to squish all of the magentites. One thing that is going to be helpful too is that when you have bees that you can squish, make sure that they are highly productive. That way you get the genes from the kids. I think that when two highly productives combine, they give you a baby highly productive. So that helps. Let's see. That is not part of the spawn egg if you just do the gene sample, because that's gonna randomize everything else. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2. Oh, I got a baby. This is a child. I don't want childs. Well, I'm just gonna run out of these eventually. And you can see the animation is speeding up because I have less entities in my world. All right, and then sadly I have to press them, and I do the pressing like so. I don't love the process, but Otherwise, it would take forever to get the bees that I want. And then, yeah, at some point I can just have 25 of each bee and then start generating bee samples. And actually, for the Ludicrite and the Ridiculite, I cannot, it's not a good idea to press them because I cannot make them. I'm pressing these ones because I can make them breathe. That's bottom line it. If they couldn't breathe, I wouldn't be pressing them because I will be killing 5 bees or 6 bees in order to get one single bee. That doesn't make any sense of the same type. Um, it does make sense when you're feeding it to a higher bee, but right now I can't. And these breed, so it's easy to get. But when you have bees that can't breed, Pokey sample is the only way to do it. So I pressed 16 of these guys. And I don't like it. Again, it's not my thing, killing mobs. But let's see. Let's do 16 more. I think I can do that. Put this in the system and there a place for this here. I'm not using it right now. And I will not get more bees. So for now, I guess I can just say do not refill these. I'm running out of space. That's why I'm doing this movement. But let's see. You, my guy, and you. I only want adults. You were selected. I don't even know which one is the original pair of bees that I had. You and you and you in the corner. You, the one with the sad eyes. They know what's coming because they've seen me pressing bees. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So let's press. So I pressed. I'm gonna be pressing 32 bees total. Oop. Enough flasks. I have space for 9 more. Speaking of baby bees, childs that are considered childs, when you press them, they're not gonna do anything. They're small enough that they're just gonna go through the space. So I'm not killing babies. I didn't want to in the first place, but I can't. There you go. Full already. Show you what happens when you press a baby. Okay. There. So I catched one. It's a child. So let's put that in. And I will go down. Let me go. Thank you. So when I put a baby here, it can't escape because that. And then I push it, and then it just go up, and it actually fits into this space. So that bee. Oh, now it's a teenager. Beautiful. Well, that bee is just gonna stay there for a while. All right. Once again, it's nighttime, so nothing is going to be giving me genes. I have 4 dream. That's 4, so that's 8, 12, and 13%. All right. So I'm gonna put these here for now, and I'm gonna take these samples. Then I'm gonna put them in here. That is ludicrite. I'll just put them here. You saw that was like 12%, right? Now these other ones. Oh no. Oh, sure. These other ones are gonna start getting transformed into something useful. Like that. I need these. They're more urgent. One bottle splits into multiple, and that's why that tends to be a little bit more complicated. As of space, oh, this is done, but it's going to be how much space it's taking. There. Oh, I have never pressed any magentite piece, so there's 223% just with two gene samples because this is not mixed. So let's see how many we get out of those 32. And of course, it's going to be randomized. Not all genes are going to be the same, but it's a good indication of how faster it is to do it by pressing bees than on the Poki sample. If you don't want to hurt your bees, and I totally respect that, then it's going to be slow, but it's going to happen. And it doesn't make any sense to press, for instance, if I wanted to get more ludicrites, well, I can feed the plutonium to the cyanide bees, but it doesn't make sense to kill ludicrites for more ludicrites. That doesn't work. At least not like that. Like while that is mixing, I'm just gonna double check that all of my bees gene samples are getting mixed. So I killed 32 of them. And now I'm gonna take these out because those are percentages. That's 100% tolerance on weather tolerance none, productivity high, endurance medium, and daylight and passive. So those I can't really use. So I'm gonna take them out. And now let's see what is the bounty out of these. Two 100%, 131%, and that's it. Ludicrite was 12%. If I don't think I can go back to sleep now because it's already sunrise. Those bees out here are gonna get out and they're gonna start, once they go back to their colony, to the beehive, they are gonna be producing stuff. So they're gonna be giving me samples. Let's see how much genetic material I get out of a single day. That is by not killing bees, just the Poki sample is going to basically, I guess, poke them. That is gonna give me some genes. But oh, what happened to these ones? They are not even interested in eating these guys just yet. I don't know why. They're not hungry. There's a tree of them still. And the animation is so slow. Hi, are you kinda hungry, my fellow friendly bee? Because I really need spawn eggs now. So if you can kindly eat one of these and give me one back. Alright, you're not gonna, right? So what did I took? Two magentite bees. I will go to my bee lab. Make the two eggs. Putting that in here. What is the 62%? This is the only one that is generating any samples. All of the rest are just with production. There. Another thing that is important is that you can do, nope, didn't care. You can do upgrades, but everything after productivity beta it is going to be considered simulation upgrade as well, which means that your bee is not going to get out of the hive, and if it doesn't get out of the hive, it's not going to eat, and if it doesn't eat, then it doesn't produce that thing. So the largest that I can do is beta in here. All that said, ludicrites are almost done eating and back to their colonies, meaning that they are going to have a good time generating the sample, and then we get to see how much they made. And that much was not a lot. 1.4, 6%. 6%, which is almost nothing. The part that I need now is to generate the eggs. Actually, I can do that because I can put a feeding slab AER. And hopefully there's more bees over there, so they're going to be hungrier. What? I can try to speed up the process because I saved a lot of my cyanide bees. So cyanide, I saved 10 of them. So 10 alongside with the 5 that are already in there. So I can do this. And I can just place them here. They might be hungry. And I can just put them back in their respective cage. Oh, that one catch their interest. Okay. Are they eating? I want to show you that process. Oh, they're fighting for food. They didn't eat it. They are kind of doing it. And they're ignoring it. That's bad. Why are you ignoring it? So the plutonium, is that right? Am I doing it right? In order to get the other ones, these ludicrites, I need to feed plutonium to cyanide. That's what I'm doing. Eat your brothers. It's not. They're not doing it for a reason. Okay, fine. Whatever. Let me go get the other 2 spawn eggs. There. And I need another feeding slab. I think I have one, but if not, I can make one. Feeding slab. I don't have one, so feeding slab. Give me one of these. I don't know why it refers to the ender chest when you can just use a regular chest, which is way cheaper to do. There you go, feeding slab. And these are magentite. So magentite, I feed to these guys. They don't pay attention to the food. I don't know why. Let me take it out and put it back again. Put the 3 of them in a single one. See if that resets it. They're not paying attention to it. It's food. It's good for you. Kind of. Beehive. The advanced beehive I want. And let's do expansion boxes. Oh, this one is eating. Yes, yes, you're eating. Did you? No. Just play with my feelings. Sad. Are you eating? Are you eating? Please eat. Oh. want to show that in the stream. They don't care. Let me put it in the third slot. Maybe that's gonna reset it. I read it somewhere that they only care on the third spot. There was a bug, but I didn't have a problem. Like the other ludicrous bees that I generated, that was the process. And they ate it, pooped it out, and everybody was happy. So those three. They might not be hungry, and that's it. I'm just force feeding them. The logistical transporters. Plam, plam, plam. Plam, plam, plam. Put this back. Go there. So these are cyanide. These are not cyanide. I did 10, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's 3. And oh, I had 11. I don't know. I don't know why I had 11, but I had 11. Good. Good to know. And these guys have not eaten their brothers and sisters either. One thing that I would like to do is, let's see, if I throw this, will it disappear? Is it that far away? Probably not. Oh, it is. Okay, is it far away here? I want these to disappear. If they disappear, then I'm set. Because I'm worried that they spawn or they eat the eggs and then they just despawn because it's too far away. It seems to be too far away. I don't see the magical poof. Here, is that too far? It's a bit too far. About here, is that too far? They disappeared from this distance, didn't they? I just need to pay more attention, I guess, to those bees. What time is it? Daytime. So I'll try to force them to go out. Let's take a nap. Once they have taken a nap, change the time. So there you go. And they're going, are you gonna feed? Please feed. They're definitely interested. Check that in order to get the reticulite. Yep, you see that? It just popped. So there you go, and the other one popped as well. Now I need to pick them up manually because it doesn't seem to be doing anything. But the nice thing about this, look at this. The display is still looking like it's there. It's not there. If I go and pick this up and then this has not refreshed, so be careful with that. If I click this, they are empty, and then it's gonna refresh it. Great. So silent stream is going to be, and then this one ate it already. They ate, how many were there? 1 or 2? I don't know, some. They are gonna be right here. So I will have my ludicrite, so the 2 that they ate, and then the ridiculite. All right, so what have we learned? Working with these bees is painful if you're thinking about these farms. These farms are way easier to make. But not all of the things that these farms can, these bees can do, the farms can. So these guys, you cannot make it into a farm. The only thing that you can do a farm that are related, that is extreme reactors, is the, what is the word, cyanide? No, it's not cyanide. Is plutonium, lidicolite. I think it's cyanide, actually. Cyanide, yes, that's the only one, the only material that you can make with the farm, and it does work a lot. Like if you want to make, you know, all of these, look at that, way too many, more than what I can use, but not for the rest of the reactor. I don't know why. They should have, but they didn't, so that's that. But now what I need to do is make more of the pink ones, the magentite bees, and more of these plutonium, so I can feed them here, and I get these, which I don't remember what I use for. I need them for making, yes, the inanite bee through the radiculite, and then later, once I have the inanite bee, that is going to be giving me the last bee. Well, I need inanite and I need insanite, and for the insanite bee, in order to get one of those, I need to, how do I make one? I need to feed the pink through the red. So now I'm feeding, geez, it's weird. I'm feeding the magentite to the radiculite to get the ludicrite to get the radiculite. Then I take the radiculite and I feed it to the inanite to get that one. And to get the inanite spawn egg, I need to feed the ludicrite to the radiculite. Ludicrite to radiculite. I have a lot of radiculite, so I need these. Am I using that spawn egg for something? Yes, I need one through the inanite to get these. So there's a bunch of spawn eggs that I need to create, and the only real way to create them is by using the press. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. So that's gonna be it for tonight, guys. These bees are gonna sleep for a while. That's to say that they're gonna get pressed. But that's gonna be it for tonight. I'm gonna be pressing a lot of these guys. I don't like it. That's the only way that I can get bees. So that's the end of the episode. Ah! I'm swarmed by bees. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends it's a fun stream. Looking up, looking down. Oh, there you go. Have a good night and